So the first one, you become the default decision maker. So this one builds really slowly over time. Your team pauses when they shouldn't. Progress really slows down when you're not available, when you're not there to take a decision. And even good routine and small decisions, not the critical ones that you should be taking, but the small ones, they wait for you. And it's not because your team aren't capable of acting on these decisions. It's because they've learned, not intentionally, but we've taught them that things move much faster and much safer if you or we take the final call. And it's not failure, this is reliability that's become dependence for your team. So our question as we finish that one is, where are you still holding decisions that don't need to be yours anymore? Pattern number two, absorbing the pressure. Now this one gets praised a lot because this is good leadership, and it is. You buffer, you absorb, you shield the team, you take it on your shoulders, and you hold the tension that's in the business so others, particularly in the team that you're leading, they don't have to. And you do it because you want to be a good leader and supportive. And this is great, but to a point, because the team stays calm, your stakeholders, your boss, the CEO, the C-suite, they're all reassured because you've got everything under control. But the hidden cost of this is nothing actually leaves you. You're holding everything. And it feels like great leadership until you realize everything is stopping with you. So the question to think about with that one is, what pressure have you been carrying just because no one else can see it? So pattern number three, and this is what I talked about at the beginning about our roles growing and our system doesn't. And what I mean by the system is how we operate day to day. And the business is traveling really fast. Roles do change, but our way of operating doesn't. Your scope increases, you've got more meetings. We all know that how that is. There's more stakeholders, there's more conversations, there's more accountability, there's more to juggle. There's much more stress to manage, but the ways that we've been taught to work haven't changed or haven't evolved for this new bigger system. And there's much more to hold. And because the system didn't update, your bandwidth is naturally that path that you've got to absorb everything is getting smaller and smaller. And what the business is learning here is that your role can stretch without changing how you operate. And this one takes a little bit of stepping back to look at it. So where have you outgrown your old operating system, and what part of your leadership system hasn't caught up with the new way of working, the new role? Pattern number four. So this happens because we are a modern leader, and this is where your availability replaces your focus. And we want to be there. I get it. We want to be there to support our teams. And we have so many touch points now that our teams can reach out and talk and speak and engage with us on. So if I go through Slack, we have email, we have WhatsApps, we have the quick questions over coffee, the back-to-back Zooms, open door policy, come and ask me any question at any time. And you want to be responsive and you want to be accessible because that's what you do. You're a human leader. So you're in every room, you're on every thread, and you're always ready to jump in and help when the business needs it. And it does feel human and it does feel supportive, and it absolutely is. But again, there's a cost because your day becomes chopped into pieces. Your thinking time gets more shallow and gets interrupted. So you're not getting that flow that you need to be a senior leader and to be in strategic work. And that thinking work, the stuff that only you can do, gets done at other moments. So it can be lunchtime or at night or pushed further down the road. And so what the team is learning here is access to you matters much more than your focus as their leader. And again, this is an unintentional education that we're giving our teams. So a couple of questions there for you. Who has more access to you than your own strategic time? And what is the cost of being always available? Because there is one. And then the final pattern, being reactive by default. So this one is really the stacking up of the previous four. And it's your calendar is running the day, it's running the week, it can run months. Meetings replace decisions. We're defaulting to 60-minute meetings or meetings that could have been a quick email or quick conversation. And everything is urgent because of all the bandwidth challenges that you've got. And this urgency is setting the direction of the business instead of strategy. And the business is learning that pressure decides faster than intent. You're responding, or we're responding to this pressure and naturally reacting to what's happening, but we're not shaping priorities because our bandwidth is getting impacted. And this is the result of everything else stacking up.